In this episode, oh boy, this episode can hold so many charities. I mean, we broke last year's complete record, but by how much? Also, animations from around the web and an interview with Labbrat, known for her commentary videos about the importance of caring about mental health and escaping toxic environments. But first, the latest charity news in this October edition of Digging Up Positivity, and boy, there are a lot of them. Do keep in mind, all amounts are converted to US dollars. The bean counters at Furry in Canada gave me the good news in person. Those wonderful critters have raised $13,791.40 for the Greater Edmonton Animal Rescue Society, or GEARS for short. Established in 2013, this wonderful organization devotes themselves to raise injured, abandoned and unwanted and homeless animals in the Edmonton area in Canada. Our favorite spot cat is at it again. This year, Shetani took part in the Global Cheetah Fit Challenge once more. And not just her, but many others. And during this lovely fundraiser, she did not just raise $150 for the Cheetah Conservation Fund, but she also spread awareness of good health through healthy exercise, both virtually and in the real world. In Hamburg, Germany, over 5,000 critters came together during Eurofurence, and $51,864.79 was raised for the Wildtierschutz Deutschland, an organization dedicated to the German wildlife, protecting them in any way possible. Meanwhile, in Australia, our fuzzy friends from West Aussie Fur Frenzy raised $10,470.80 for WA Wildlife, an organization dedicated to rescuing, treating and conserving wildlife since 1998 from Perth in Western Australia. And in Canada, we had another Furry Con. No, seriously, that's the name. Another Furry Con, raised $11,061.54 for the Judith A. Bassett Canid Conservation Center, who is doing their best to educate about canids and through those means help to conserve our wonderful foxy friends. And in the United Kingdom, we have Wild North, who raised $1,413.63 for Little Paws, a ferret rescue. Ever since they are founded in 2018, they are a group of passionate volunteers helping ferrets in need. Yoink! In the US, Hurricane Helene did do a number on western North Carolina, causing widespread devastation. Felix Wolf decided to stream for Wine to Water, an organization helping with relief efforts, raising $110. And in Mexico, the good beans from Confuror have raised $23,590 for the program of conservation of Mexican bats. And this includes an awesome 16-frame animation by fandom favorite Geke Flipnote that sold for a whopping $5,000. Back in the US, we had 1,683 boopers raising $12,745.37 for Bee Positive Husky Rescue at the Alamo City Furry Invasion. The wonderful people behind AnthroExpo donated $500 to beloved Asheville, helping the hurricane victims with some much needed relief. And at Arizona Furcon, 1,402 creative critters raised $3,169 for the Greyhound Guild. And with this, I'm happy to say that with 2 more months to go, we broke last year's record. Yes, the charities covered by Digging Up Positivity for this year are totaling $1,596,926 and 10% of that amount went to LGBTQ related charities, followed by 21% for humanitarian resources, and up to this day, animal related charities remain the most popular with a lion's share of 69%.
Nice.
The complete list will be released in December, and I am stoked to see how much the fandom has been changing this world for the better this year. If you know anything, by all means do let me know in the comments below or the contact form. I would love to hear about it, no matter how big or small. Together we can do it. How to make an animation of just a simple act of life, like buying a rug. I mean, they really tie the room together. Staggernight did do such a wonderful job making this look interesting, and I just love the style. And in the end, yeah, that is a wonderful rug. I mean, go check out their full animation on their channel. Society can be quite intimidating. Everybody is doing their best to make a life for themselves and to fit in. But how is this for the others? Do they experience this differently? This wonderful animation, In Sheep's Clothing, explores this very concept. And the animation itself is pretty lovely too. I love the style for it. But do check out until the very end. I mean, check out the link and go watch it afterwards, by all means. In Jamie's Pond, a lovely naiad runs into a crying child at the edge of their pond. They soon discover they have more in common than they thought. I love this animation because it shows the importance of bonding, of friendship, and even when things look bleak, there might always be someone there for you. Never stop reaching out. Family can be quite important for us all, no matter who you are or where you are from, and love comes in many forms. The animation Family Bonds explores this beautiful and complex topic. Even if you are adopted, those who choose you to raise most likely did it out of love. One might already have spotted a little theme in this episode. This month we are celebrating a Mental Health Day. More and more do we realize that this is very important to improve one's quality of life. This does not just go for family, since not everybody may have had much luck in that department. But friends. Friends are family you can choose. And with that in mind, I would love to introduce you to our guest, a very special rat. Do keep in mind this interview does mention the more sensitive topics such as substance abuse and toxic environments. If this is not a thing for you, please do continue at the timestamp shown in the screen below or in the little bar with the timey thing. This month at Digging Up Positivity we have Labbrat. While I am one part of the furry ecosystem, Labbrat is part of the system that keeps people accountable. Known for her critical videos about the fandom, but at one point things got a little bit quiet. Today we get to learn why she got quiet, and we get to learn the other side of the rat. Welcome, Labbrat. Could you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, my name is Labb Rat. I'm from Dublin, Ireland. As you probably could tell from the accent, but I'm 23 years old. In my daytime job, I'm a civil servant. But on the internet, I am a big, scary YouTube assassin for the fandom that makes videos critiquing people and calling out bad intentions within the fandom to make sure people are aware of it.
Ah, that is indeed a part in the fandom that I do like about it. We matured as a fandom, but we're also calling out the worst elements of the fandom, so to speak. But with all the good and the bad things of the fandom itself, how did you get in contact with the furry fandom?
It's actually, I've been in the fandom quite long, and a lot of people don't expect that from it. But so a lot of people tend to join around 18, from what I've seen. Now, there are a lot of younger furries, but back in 2014, when I was only freshly turned 14, I begun watching. That was during the rise of the cringe era, where they'd make like furry cringe compilation, brony cringe compilation, and all of this very hateful content. So I started kind of watching all that and being like, haha, furries are so weird. And then upon looking into it, I actually started to enjoy a lot of what they stood for, like the actual morals of the fandom, of being a place where anyone can exist, anyone can be who they are, and no one should, like, it's a safe space essentially for a lot of people. And I really resonate with that, especially since later on I would find myself very alone. I lost a lot of friends because I was struggling with mental health, especially as a young teen. But I found myself alone with a lot of free time on my hands, and I started to get connected with the fandom and learning more, making friends, and eventually I made my first persona, which was a German Shepherd named Kyoto.
I never saw you as a shepherd. But
Yeah, I know. I'll have to find a picture for you.
You are mostly known for indeed the all critical videos, but at one point it kind of stopped. It seems like you went through quite a bit of a rough patch, but suddenly we see this announcement for a video called Rebirth. So by all means, do tell.
Yes, so I've actually been doing the commentary slash critiquing style videos since 2016, when the whole gaming commentary, Leafy is here, pyrocynical stuff blew up. And I started to do it within the fandom, and I've done it across multiple channels. But when I started Labb Rat, my thing was that I wanted to keep this channel, because I would always be the type of person to delete a channel when it got big, or if I got bored with it after about 2 years. But what I said was that I just need to keep uploading on a channel, and just, no matter what the content is, enjoy myself. And I did enjoy myself for the first few years, but as I started to get dragged further and further into more hit piece videos, whether it be by friends or ex-friends and the kind of stuff, they would give me video topics and just say, go at it. And I would get into these massive Twitter thread arguments, and it just mentally drained me, to the point of where I wasn't looking after myself mentally, and I started to use a lot of substances in order to keep myself energized and keep myself able to be the person that I am in videos. And a lot of the videos were so forced that eventually, after a bunch of major life altering kind of stuff in January of this year, I just said, no, I'm not doing this anymore. It's not content I enjoy, and frankly, I'm getting too old to be arguing with 18-year-olds. I don't know if I'm allowed to swear. I'm too old to be arguing with 18-year-olds, fresh new furries on Twitter. It won't get me anywhere in life. So I decided to take a break, figure out what I want to do. I actually began working on a separate project called AnthroExpo, which was a way for me to reconnect with the fandom, because when you spend upwards of nearly 8 years now having a magnifying glass on all of the bad parts of the fandom, it ruins your view of the rest of it. And there are some lovely people in this fandom, and you are almost blind to it because you're so numbed by what the stuff you've seen over the years. But I used AnthroExpo as a way to reconnect with the fandom, because I love airplanes, I love aviation, always have since I was a kid. And I noticed that there's no furry airline as like a joke, because there's all these joke brand stuff like that. Nick Wilde has the Twitter account, all this stupid stuff. So I was like, you know what, let me make an airline for the furry fandom. And then it kind of blew up, and now I'm making airplanes for people free of charge. I make them into physical models that then whoever got it can now fly around in the simulator, Microsoft Flight Simulator. And I find that a lot more fun than the content I was making, but I realized that I do need to get back to YouTube because it's always been something I loved.
Mm-hmm.
So I really cleaned my act up this year with regards to my mental health and my mental well-being,
Mm-hmm.
and I genuinely I'm changing what I am doing. Instead of focusing on hit pieces, call outs, exposés, I want to shift into more of an advisory role, kind of doing what other furries do. No, the cons, do and don'ts, the bringing a level of morality to the furry fandom. Not talking about any of the fetish stuff or like diaper fur stuff, but kind of
Mm-hmm.
just talking about as a person how you should, or generally how you should treat others in the fandom, because I always believe in the way of treat people like as you're meant to be treated, but
Mm-hmm.
also I'm very egalitarian, in which I believe everyone should have a piece of the pie. There should be no hierarchies. There should be no, oh well, I can't talk to this person because they have 20,000 followers on Twitter
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that. But so it's just kind of got to that point where I was like, I need to do something different, and that's what I'm planning on doing, is switching back to more funny content, more jokes, more like I don't used to do IRL skits in my videos because I used to do like camera work and stuff for my videos.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to get back to that. And the biggest part about it is that I'm actually behind the whole facade of big scary internet rat.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a very nice human being, I think. And people have always said that, is that they're terrified of what my front facing personality is on Twitter. But when you actually walk behind the curtain, I am probably one of the nicest people you'll meet in the fandom. I just like to have fun. That's my biggest thing with it.
Oh, yeah, I remember when you were over in the Netherlands and we did meet
Yeah.
up and we'll spend a day together. We hung out at the train museum and we even exchanged flags at the field at Hilversum. I mean, you were so different from the rat that I know from the videos, and well, that was the start of this wonderful conversation. But to hook in that advisory role of yours, I think that we have a wonderful opening, a little bit of a start for your new YouTube career as advisory rats.
Advisory rat?
Yes.
I already have my character wears a suit, so I'm perfect for it. I can be a government official whenever I need to be.
Oh gosh, the furry government official advisory rat. And here I come, walking in as a fresh young meerkat, new in the fandom, with the question, Dear Ratty, I'm new to the furry fandom. What do you recommend to the newcomers?
My biggest recommendation to people is to stick around. I've met so many people, and even a lot of YouTubers that I've been friends with. One is currently speaking about leaving the fandom. He's been in it only 1 year, and while he has had a lot of people that, you meet people, you be friends for 6 months, and you kind of realize that they're not really your style. So you may feel alone, and it may hurt to get rid of those people, but you will find your place in the fandom, and you'll find your family, as per se. That's where I've been in the fandom for going on, I think I think it is September 2014, so I'm now 10 years in the fandom.
Yeah, 10 years to the point.
Nearly to the point, yeah. But you need to stick around, because I've been through that, where I would go through friend group after friend group, new friends every month, and it did hurt. But when I finally found my friends of now 4 to 5 years, who I'm happy with and who love me and see me the way I am, it's amazing. And Tabo is one of those friends who I've met, and I've always known about Tabo, but in this year we've become very good friends, and it's something with now me wanting to attend cons, I now have an opening into the Dutch furry community. So meeting people from everywhere, all around the world, you will make connections, and it's good to keep those people. And if you lose them, stick around, because I'm sure there's more people like them.
That is just wonderful. And yeah, with that, I would like to thank you for this wonderful interview, and also for that amazing time that we had together in the Netherlands.
Oh yeah. Oh yes.
And
I'll make sure I'll make sure to send all the. You already have the photos, I think.
change is never easy, but we've seen how Labb started her journey and managed to come out better. I am ever so happy to have met her and being able to help her with this. Thank you for staying with us till the very end, and even more thanks to those who chose to support me. On Subscribestar we have Barret de Vloof, Cosmic with a K, Hanzana, Manic, and Taros. On YouTube we have the following members: Nick the Heretic, Chris Shows, Heiko, True MT7, Joey and Mavi, Lorek Birningson 086, Longtooth, and Whiffer. And on Patreon we have Tentru McNally, Ishnula, and Els Dekkers. And of course we have Twitch, where I'm every Monday. We have the Gentle Jester, Evolver TV, Kite VR, Drowan Starbear, Jake RG, Clovers, Svex the Mischievous Fox, Lady Lian, Video Nations, Rookie Icy Meerkat, Mino the Badger, Light Nympha, Yabu Yin, Deathly Wrath of Darkness, Hanzana Janssen, Falco Neo, and Traytron the Dragon. Of course, I'm always happy with each like and subscribe and comment, but you can also check out my artwork t-store with lovely things such as this wonderful t-shirt. And the next episode will be the last of this 2024 season this very year, on November the 30th, featuring a Lemon Yoti. Stay awesome and all the hugs.